How we sleep and how we start our day massively impacts our evening routine. And our evening routine massively impacts our morning routine. So, the first thing I'm going to say when we talk about evening routine is nail your morning routine first off. That caffeine first thing in the day is going to make a massive impact to your sleep. So, if you're going to try one thing, try taking that caffeine out first thing and see the difference of when you actually sleep. One big thing that the whole on demand population seems to have is that we've got Netflix, we've got Prime, we've got Disney Plus, we've got Paramount Plus, we've got all these other on demand services that we can watch what we want when we want. And we're already living in this busy world where we're exposed to stresses left, right, and center. Then we have emails coming through 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we check our phone and then we look to reply, and there's all these stresses. We're waiting for that contract to be signed. One thing that is going to help you is to have a proper cutoff time. I look to have a technology cutoff time around 7:30 to 8 p.m., depending on when I have my last client. I don't have clients after 8 p.m. My clients that are on Pacific time, the last time we will finish our call is noon their time. And we're aware of that when we sign up, and that's absolutely fine. They're still getting results. Absolutely amazing results, actually. But we look to switch off television around 60 minutes before bed. We don't have screens on around 60 minutes before bed. We try and stop that technology. If people are going to sleep and reading, which is absolutely a great habit to get into, they don't have Kindles or things like this that emit light, even low light. We actually look at reading a paper book, something just to really, really think about. So look at the amount of technology you're exposing yourself to. And we could look at wearing blue light blocking glasses. Now, those of you that don't know, blue light is basically what emulates the sunlight, and it's emitted from technology all the time. We have filters in most of the technology we have nowadays, so that tints it to slightly orange. And some people said, "Oh, I don't like it when it's orange." But do you prefer the orange or do you prefer being able to sleep? Something to think about. But it's not just blue lights we have to watch out for. It is also bright lights. So when we are exposed to bright lights, it has been shown to actually have a stress response in the brain, as if your body is waking up. Now, the reason these things happen is that around 5 to 6 hours before our normal sleep time, so when we actually go to sleep, being consistent, our body starts producing a sleep hormone called melatonin. Now, we can look at supplementing with melatonin, but I highly, highly do not recommend that. And I do not recommend CBD as well, because these are potentially going to impact your natural hormones in the body in a negative way. In fact, melatonin suppresses puberty. It's one of the things it's actually there for in youngsters. So it's something to think. If that can impact our testosterone levels, we don't really want to be using it. We want our body to produce it naturally. Our body will do this if we get into a good routine around 5 hours before bed. Now, if we have a stressor before bed, what is actually going to happen is cortisol is going to rise and melatonin is going to go lower. So we do not want this to happen, because what happens then is that we have around 5 to 6 hours for that melatonin to rise up again and hit its peak. So please bear this in mind when it comes to your sleep. Bright lights are going to negatively impact the body's production of melatonin. Another thing that can impact this is exercising too late. If we exercise too late, exercise is going to boost our cortisol levels. So if you are someone who suffers with problems with sleep, it may actually be better not to exercise at all if you can't exercise earlier in the day. Have a look at the sessions you do. Change the type of exercise. Maybe don't go to that smashed out HIIT class or spin class, and go to a slightly lower key yoga class. Do some breathing exercises, a meditation class, these sorts of things. They're going to help your body more than doing this high intensity exercise. And if weight loss is your goal, fix the brain fog and the food becomes easier. Your body holds on to less water. There's less inflammation. It just works so much better. So you can then do that other exercise at a different time and you've got more energy. Makes it so much easier to lose weight. And I see people, loads of people losing weight just by implementing the things in this course without doing exercise. One of the things that is going to help, we talked about getting outside first thing in the morning. The more times you're exposed to sunlight, the more points your body has to link with where it is in the day. Therefore, get outside as much as possible. It sounds stupid as well. I don't do this, but some people I've known to wear sunglasses in the evening once the sun's gone down, so that their body isn't getting exposed or their eyes aren't getting exposed to that bright, bright light. Look for your environment to be better. So look at wearing an eye mask. Look at the temperature of your room. We want it to be cool in the evening. Now, one of the things that we have is that in the morning, we want to have a cool body temperature to then rise up. In the evening, we want to have a warm body temperature to cool down. So if you are one of these people that love to do cold water dips and things like that, do them in the morning. In the evening, you're better to have a hot bath or a sauna and then cool down. Those are the things that are going to help you. But also make sure that your room is cool enough in order to allow you to sleep properly. You don't want to be waking up with loads of sweats or anything like that. We want to make sure that it's cool enough and your body temperature is going to switch during the day. You could look at things like a chili pad, or it's like an 8 mattress topper. I didn't get on very well with the chili pad, but I'm the only person I know that hasn't got on well with it. So I'm not going to say it's good or bad or just a bad experience for me. But these are things which can regulate your temperature. Then look at moving exercise wise for 30 to 40 minutes a day in 1 to 2 bouts. And also look at a social switch off time. We said about technology, but a social switch off time. Those memes can wait. So that's what happens with your evening routine. We switch off. We decelerate as such. And we get our body ready to recharge, ready to sleep. If we're not actually appreciating that time, look at caffeine, look at alcohol, all these things, we're not going to set it up for success. You can't get frustrated. Well, some people do, but one of the things we've learned, we've got dogs and we get frustrated when they might go in the bin because we forgot to clip it up. We are not setting themselves up for success. You may better hear the dogs right now. That's obviously a good time to end this video, but set yourself up for success when it comes to your sleep, your morning routine, and your evening routine.